Hello and welcome to today's 10-minute upper body workout. You're going to need yourself a set of dumbbells today. If you do have a mat, you may like to use it because we are going to be on the floor for some of the exercises. So we're going to start laying on our back, and we're going to need to have hold of our dumbbells to make sure they're to hand as you're getting yourself into position. So we're going to lay on our back and start with a chest press. So we're going to bring the weights end to end up above us, and then we lower down. The tricep touches the floor like an open box, and then we push back up towards the ceiling. So you want to be nice and controlled. Make sure that the wrist is over the top of our elbow, so bringing it down. Nice and controlled before driving it back up. That's it. You can have your legs flat or knees bent, whatever feels more comfortable so that your back is feeling supported. That's it. So there. That feels good. Fantastic. And we're going to get two more. Before bringing the weights down for a little rest. And we're staying on our back. We're going to do chest fly now. So we're going to bring the weights the other way, so they're side by side, keeping the arms long. We're going all the way out to the side, stretch, and then squeeze back up. So we're really after that stretch across the chest as you lengthen out, and then you're going to squeeze back up to the top. So try not to let the arms bend too much. You don't want your arms to be completely locked, but you want to feel that stretch as you take the weights down and then squeeze back up. Again, you can either have your legs flat or your knees bent. So the body is staying still. The movement comes from the arms. The work is focusing on the chest. And one more. Now we're going to briefly pop our weights to the side. We're going to come up into a seated position so we can do some tricep dips. So bringing the hands behind us, bring the weight into the arms. We bend the elbows and then push back up to the top. So again, you can have straight legs or you can have knees bent. We're trying to bring as much weight into our arms as possible so that you can really feel your tricep pushing you back up to the top. Try not to use the rest of your body as much as you can. Keep that work and effort coming through the back of the arm. That's it. Nice stretch at the bottom. Push and squeeze back up to the top. Gonna get one more. And then we're just gonna release and shake the arms out. We're going to bring it into a shoulder press now. So these next ones you can either do standing or kneeling. We're going to bring our weights into our hands, coming up, and then we're going to drive overhead, pushing through the shoulders. That's it. Try to keep your body still, so whether you're on your knees or whether you're standing on your feet, nice and controlled. Elbows come just below level with shoulder. Keeping the forearms pointing up. That's it, great stuff. Nice and controlled. We're just doing one round of each of these exercises. So we're flying through the muscle groups in our upper body already. That's it, one more. Fantastic. A few seconds rest. Same principle applies. You can do this on your knees or on your feet. We're going to do lateral raises. So we're coming out to the side, working on the lateral head of our shoulder. So you're either keeping your arms long, lifting from the shoulder, gently control it down, or we're bending 90 degrees with the arms, lead with the elbows, making sure to lift from the outside of your shoulder, keeping the body still, and just trying to isolate the outside of our shoulder. Nice and controlled. And also try and not grip the weight too hard. It's really easy to squeeze and tire out your arms rather than focusing on the shoulder. That's it. Squeezing up and controlling down and keeping the arm long and then controlling it down. One more. Well done. Again, a couple of breaths before we bring it into the back of our shoulder. So we're going to do bent over fly or bent over Superman, lifting from the back of the shoulder. Think diagonally forward. I'm going to show you a couple of angles as we get going. So diagonally forward, lift and squeeze from the back of the shoulder. So not out, but forward. That's it. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. If you're finding it difficult to hold position, I'll show you the standing version. Squeeze and lift. We are trying to target this tiny little bit on the back of our shoulder. So don't worry if it feels like you're not lifting them very high. So often, feedback of this exercise, I'm not lifting it very high, but people are always lifting it higher than they think they are. Squeezing up, controlling it down. We've got time for one more. Fantastic, well done. Okay, another little time for a breath, and then we are bringing it into our bent over row, working the middle of our back. So hip width apart with the feet. Hinge at the hips, soften the knees, starting with the arms down, drawing the elbows back towards your hips, squeezing the center of the back, and then controlling it back down. So we want to feel it in the middle of our back, but we don't really want to be feeling it in our lower back. So you want to make sure you're focusing on engaging your pelvic floor, squeezing, tucking everything in to keep that support while we're doing the movement to work the middle of the back. Make sure we're not driving through the legs. Focusing on keeping everything still. Squeezing the shoulder blades together as we draw our elbows up, nice and close to the body. Fantastic stuff. And one more. And then coming up to standing. Good. Arms front this time. We're tucking our elbows in. And we're coming into some bicep curls. So squeezing up and then controlling it back down. Keeping the elbows tucked so we're not flailing. Nice and controlled. That's it, good. Lifting from the upper portion of the arm, keeping the wrist flat, and also making sure not to let the body be moving too much. Squeeze up and control it down. Yes. Great stuff, nearly there. Let's get two more. And one. Yes, good. We're going to drop one of our weights down onto the floor. And we're going to finish off with some pirate ships. So we're going to take hold of the bottom of one of our weights, and then we're going to lift the weight up to the left, bringing it back to the center, and then lift and hold to the right. So we lift the weight, hold, lift, and hold. That's it. So this is going to be held up by our shoulders. Make sure you're working and engaging your core as you do this. A little twist and lead one side and then the other. Hold, release, hold, release. But make sure you are staying in control of this. We are on to the last exercise, so keep pushing if the burn is kicking in. Keep it moving, nice and steady, nice and controlled. Yes, well done. One more each side. And release that dumbbell down. That's it. Just going to bring ourselves into a nice stretch to release our upper body. Big breath in, reaching up to the sky. Taking both hands over to the left. And then both hands over to the right. Take a little lean back just to open up through the core and upper body, and then going forward just to release the back. Coming back up to the top. Take a big breath in as you breathe out. Let's go down into our forward fold. Let the back really stretch out. Have a little wiggle. Go from side to side. And then we're going to roll it back up. Take some shoulder rolls just to release. One more time. And relax the arms down by your sides. Well done for completing today's 10-minute upper body workout. Hope you feel good, and whatever you do today, you have a great one. I'll be back tomorrow for another 10-minute workout.